everyone, and welcome to the Kittens of Wargaming podcast, the podcast where we talk all things video games, give our thoughts and opinions on all spectrum and consoles, PC alike. My name is Turbo Tony. We are here with the cornerstones, as I love to call them, every damn week. These guys sharp on attention. We have Chris, Haley, and Tom. Say hello to the masses.
Hello, masses.
Hello.
I decided to bring a little bit of my wrestling podcast swagger to this podcast for you.
Yeah, I could feel the energy.
Oh yeah,
Too much energy.
yeah. If I could,
backing me up.
if I could dance around right now, I'd just be like doing a strut. You know, just
Yeah.
You know, obviously where I'm recording. How are you guys doing this week?
No, not too bad at all.
Good. We played a little bit of Left 4 Deadius last night, except for Chris, because you know.
I got busy quite quickly, so...
Yeah, he was too busy losing cool points, if you ask me. Yeah.
You
know, like Rockford.
Guns of Icarus afterwards.
Oh yeah, you missed a bit of Icarus action. Oh well. Oh well. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of an interesting podcast. There are no reviews this week because one of my most favourite parts of the podcast each week is talking about weekly experiences, and I thought it would be great to pick out our experiences, and it doesn't have to be top experiences, but we picked out 3 that we can talk about a little bit more lengthy, and there's 3 for all of us, and that'll be the podcast for this week. And if you guys have got, I noticed actually, so I want to thank fans. We had a comment on our Guild Wars 2 video saying it was an awesome podcast. Thank you very much. And we've had a bunch of new subscribers to the channel. So I'm guessing that's from the podcast because that's all I upload nowadays. So they're definitely not coming around for my Broken Sword Let's Play. So
What's Broken Sword again?
Broken Sword. Oh,
What does it mean, Haley?
well, to find out, you'll have to watch my series on the video.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
So yeah, that's cool. Awesome to hear you guys. And if you do have any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll be more than happy to answer them in future episodes. And also, if you're thinking, well, guys, come on, sometimes you miss a week. Actually, we don't. Chris uploads them on his channel when sometimes we miss a week. So make sure to subscribe to his channel for when
just stay alert.
Chris decides maybe he's going to have to get some hosting swagger. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm working on my swagger.
Oh.
You just wait until I do my quiz. I'm going to destroy the lot of you.
We're just going to have a picture of you in like a pimp cane and like, you know, lighting background. It's like, welcome to my quiz.
Chris, how long
That'll
have you
make
been
it my
preparing
green
this quiz
screen.
for?
There's actually going to be a small fireworks display somewhere.
I'm going to see it all the way from Ireland. That's going to be what it is. It's going to spell out Kittens podcast in fireworks.
The detonation.
No. He's actually going to write Kittens podcast onto the moon in lasers.
Yeah.
I like it.
As long as you do this, Chris, that you do the little jingle and you're like, come on down!
Come on down to face your doom.
Now I've just had this beautiful image of you actually setting up webcams in each of our homes. Just literally as soon as it starts, bam!
What?
There we are.
Bam, you're all on camera. What? Matt.
And then Matt's like, I don't have a camera, how is this working?
Yeah. And it's just when you hear me go, Matt, put on some pants.
Oh, good stuff. Well, we went on a tangent. Well, I can imagine that's going to happen a lot here. So that's what you can expect from the Kittens of War Gaming podcast. So, as we said there before, just to explain a little bit more of what we're doing this week, we are doing gaming experiences. We're all picking 3. It doesn't have to be our top 3, as I said before. Personally, I've gone for the good, the bad, and the funny. I've done one of each of my own. And we're basically going to talk about them, you know, somewhat in length and talk about moments that we've had, so you get to know us a little bit better via our video game experiences, and it'll be a much more laid back podcast. So, does anyone here want to take the floor and give us their 3 moments? I won't go first because, you know, hosting privileges. Who's going to take the floor? Who's going to take that brass ring?
Alright, I'll go first.
Yeah, Chris there. I like your
Let's do
initiative.
it. Well, starting with my first point, like the first thing that actually came to mind when I was thinking of gaming moments throughout my life. First time I played Shadow of the Colossus. It's like, well, if you've watched previous podcasts, you will know that I went on at some length about this game. Because it was just fucking awesome. In like, especially for the time it was released. Like, admittedly, there might have been some Final Fantasy games that were kind of on par with it, and there were some PC games that were on par. But for the PlayStation 2, which was all I was playing at that point, it looked amazing. It felt amazing. Every time you defeated a Colossus, you felt like a colossal badass. Even if it was one of the little tiny dog ones or one of the fucking epically huge ones that's like 100 feet tall, and you don't even reach past its little toenail. You just go, oh shit.
Barely trying to dodge its swinging man. No, we won't go into that. It's just getting the day now. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, the first time I switched on that game, I was like, wow, this is really fucking pretty. And it was just, like, the way you could just go on your horse and just go for ages. And the way you could get, like, completely lost because there was very little, like, directional help. And yet every other game I played, which I'm going to mention something that will tie into this, every other game I played beforehand, there was a lot of pointers to help you to where you wanted to go. It's like, you need to go that way, you need to do this, you need to hit that button to do this action to defeat that thing. It's like, oh, okay, cool, I'll go do that then. But in Shadow of the Colossus, you get very, very vague hints. Especially when you actually get up to the Colossus and like that fucking devious spirit in the sky gives you like a haiku of how to defeat this thing. It's like, turn your blade to the sun in the shining of the moon. What?
It sounds like God's had a few too many to drink. That's what it sounds like.
God suddenly realised he could be a little bit more cryptic.
Yeah.
A flaming bush would help.
Can you imagine him up there on his clouds? Oh, you can go to fuck over there if you want, or if you want to, fuck it, you can go over there. I don't give a shit.
Jesus, bring me the pretzels.
Yeah.
It does sound like that. It just sounds like a god that's had like one too many because it like it just splits its way through everything. Like you can't even really tell what language it's talking in. It's like it sounds Japanese or Chinese of like that particular area of the world, but then it kind of segues into, is that French in there somewhere? It's weird.
That's an odd mix.
French is a language.
Sacre bleu.
Oh,
Je
Mon
m'appelle
Dieu.
Tony. Je suis allé au cinéma.
Je suis un petit rouge poisson. I am a little red fish. Only
Okay.
French I know.
Hablo español.
You still got to do the welcome to the podcast in Spanish.
No, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, the game was just really, really well done. It was well set out. Like, I enjoyed every second of it. I replayed it about 6 or 7 times. I still have yet to complete all of the fucking time attack things to get all of like the special items you can get when you like complete. Because when you play the game, like if you complete the game, you can play it through again and try and beat like the par times on the Colossi and get like specific items. One is like an infinite grip cloak. One's like a whistling arrow to distract them, so you can jump on them easier. Like one of them's like your sword does more damage for each stab, or like your charge limit is much lower, so it doesn't take quite so long to go. Which always annoyed me, especially one of the ones when you've got like a 3-second window to charge an attack before it try and shake you off. It's like, come on.
So, like, if there was actually like one moment though that stood out to you as like, this is like the moment that, like, when I think of Shadow Colossus, what formulates inside of your mind? What visual comes to mind?
It's difficult. It's like the first Colossus I saw is the first one you meet is that it's like a 4-legged one, and it's big and it's threatening, but you don't really get a sense of just how big these fucking things are until you see your first bipedal one.
Yeah,
and it's fucking huge. You're like, oh shit. But the bit that stands out the most for me is when you see the last Colossus, and it looks like an angry demon ready to kill your ass, and it fires lasers at you. It's just like, oh, I'm dead. This is going to take me a while, because you have to climb its skirt, then you have to climb it, then you've got to do like 4 different actions just to get to its fucking weak spot. Oh, and maintaining your position on that weak spot is fucking difficult. Like even if you get some of the upgrade items, that guy's a dick. And it's kind of a toss up between that moment and the moment where you lose your horse.
Oh yeah, you spoke about that before.
See, that's difficult because like you don't realize just how much the horse like means to you. Well, means to the character and means to you, the player, until you lose the horse. you're like, oh shit, I've lost my horse. What the fuck am I going to do now? How the fuck am I going to get around? I lost my only friend in this wilderness of nothing. It's like the only other things are like that seem to exist are like lizard, eagles, my dead girlfriend, and big ass monsters that want to murder my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is like possibly my best gaming moment. I mean, even with all the AAA titles I've played since, like Assassin's Creed and Sunset Overdrive and Halo and all of that lot, I just love Shadow of the Colossus. It's a game I will always return to, and a game I will always keep a PlayStation 2 just so I can play.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So every time I feel like playing it, just get out the PS2 to blow the dust off it and plug it back in.
You know, it's not that old of a console though, where you don't have to blow in the cartridges to make them work again after like years of leaving them in the closet.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
old Mega Drive.
Kids these days won't understand. Oh yeah, and some of that I wanted to link into that as well. It's like the difficulty level of Shadow of the Colossus compared to recent titles. I watched earlier today a teens react video of like teens who play like, you know, all the modern era games like Call of Duty and the really hand-holdy games.
Yeah.
Trying to play Mega Man X.
Oh.
Oh my shit. I got angry watching it. I'm like, what are you doing? Fucking just jump, shoot the fucking thing. He has a shield. You're hammering away at the fucking thing and shooting his fucking shield. Of course it's not gonna fucking do anything. Wait until he lowers the shield, then shoot his ass.
That's just common sense.
Yeah, but they're just fucking stupid. I mean, like, just watch it for like a good rage out at them because they're just so fucking stupid. I mean, there was this one girl who was playing it. I'm not saying girls are bad gamers. I know girls are good gamers in some places, and I've got my ass handed to me by some gamers online.
Haley
who are girls.
representing the female contingent of the Kittens. You know?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
even
she
in-
is.
Even in Halo,
I was thinking, I'm not going to touch that, Chris. I'm just not opening up that can of worms. We've had discussions before. I'm
Yeah.
not opening up that can of worms today.
Yeah, but there was this girl who managed to get, I don't know how the fuck she managed to do it, but she managed to get through about a third of the level, then realised that one of the other buttons actually did something.
Oh god.
She was like, I've just been hitting A this whole time. It's like, are you a fucking idiot? Of course the other buttons do things. Did you not think to experiment with the other buttons?
I'm going to assume that this is a girl who never games really.
Oh no, she does game.
Well,
That's
it's
the
just,
thing, she
you
does
have
game.
set buttons, don't you, to do things.
Yeah, all these people they have in these videos do actually game.
No.
It's just like they know how to jump. They'll look for buttons to jump and to shoot, and then that's it, isn't it? Really?
There's no
No,
noob
but-
tubes. That's the
The
problem.
whole
with
point of it is they're used to button prompts. They're
Yeah.
used to games telling them the buttons and telling them what to do and telling them where to go next, that they don't think to experiment with a controller.
That's a point, actually. I think we play some platforms and you instinctively just mess around with all the buttons and just see what does, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do. That's because we're from that era
Well,
of
me
gaming
too.
where you plug in the game and go, right, now what the fuck are the buttons? And you just hit the buttons until you found what worked. Whereas kids these days just kind of put it in and then they get told the buttons from the offset.
So
They don't
basically,
have to-
we're rearing a generation of future gamers who are morons and will not be able to do anything by themselves.
But the thing is, I've always described gaming and driving as similar in the concept as you know what things do naturally by pressing them. You know where the X button is. You know where the gas is, and the clutch for those who don't drive automatics. So if people are just used to prompts, then how are they going to drive?
Or do anything of consequence.
In a really lazy way to go along that route. How are people literally? I mean, you already got automatics, which you know are useful, but let's be honest, it's lazy driving.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to drive an automatic. I'm just saying that now. I will have to, but you know that's medical reasons.
Yeah.
If I have my way, I'll drive the old-fashioned way, without button prompts.
I drive via wife chauffeur.
Chauffeur.
Yeah.
No, I love
You
the
know-
word chauffeur.
Nice
Yeah.
drink milkshake.
Generic French.
Yeah, but that just angered me a little bit because it's like, why would you not think to experiment? And then we're getting held up by enemies that, you know, should take you like 3 seconds of cognitive function to figure out how to defeat. And they were just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Everything kills you. Everything kills you. You can't, there's death around every corner. Welcome to the old school Nintendo games. They're extremely unforgiving. this is what Dark Souls was kind of highlighting. That
I want to slap them and say, "Quit your whining. This is a game. Games are fun."
It's like, I mean, old school Nintendo games were pretty unforgiving, and old retro games were pretty unforgiving. You died, you went straight back to the beginning of the level. There were no fucking checkpoints.
Remember the original Prince of Persia? You got to go through that in an hour, or else you fail and start again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it bothered me, and it kind of ties into Shadow of the Colossus as well, because you don't get because unlike a lot of games of that particular era and now, you didn't get a lot of hints, and any hints you got were extremely vague. I mean, it took me a good 10 minutes when I first plugged in the game to figure out how the fuck I was supposed to get around, or where the fuck I was supposed to be going. It's like, oh shit, the sword, yes, of course. The fucking god being told me to use the sword to get around. So just hit the button, it shined around. I noticed that the shaft of light got tighter as you pointed it towards a certain direction. It's like, oh shit, that's how that works. That's pretty cool.
And you just have that feeling of reward when you figure it out, don't you? You just feel so pleased.
Here's the thing, though. I'm going to play little devil's advocate here, because I do agree with you guys. But I have to admit, sometimes when games are badly made, and they don't give you the button prompts, but then it's not done correctly where the game naturally kind of teaches you things as you go along. I fucking hate those games, because sometimes it's you will die, and it's unfair because the game didn't give you a realistic chance really to figure out what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So there are some games like that, but no, I'm completely with you guys. Really, I'm just trying to blow semantics, really.
Yeah, but with Mega Man X, that is a pretty self-explanatory game. If you're intelligent enough to actually think it through, go, okay, I can't defeat that enemy the way I defeated the last enemy. Maybe I should try something different. Or, oh wow, this guy fires a little bit differently than the other guys. Maybe I've got to dodge him a different way. Or, I don't know, what did the other fucking buttons do?
That's simple Sonic Adventures logic. Each boss dies in a different way.
You can't have generic, just cookie cut bosses, can you?
Yeah.
Well, you
Everyone
can.
hates, well, you can, but everyone hates that.
I love Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy do that. It just changed the colour in the ink in the printer and print out the same monster.
I mean, there was this one kid that was going, even final bosses in games these days aren't as difficult as some of the starter enemies on that sort of level. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's why games are too easy these days. And there was a guy who wasn't a teen. I'd say he was about our age. Really, he looked about our age, if maybe a little bit younger, but he was definitely in his 20s, if not his extremely late teens.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he kind of, I actually had fun with this game. I can see why it's retro. It's really challenging. He said that he played games quite often, like we do when we stick a game in Call of Duty, Halo, a generic FPS. We'll stick it on hard just to give ourselves a challenge.
Yeah.
And he said even then, they're not that much of a challenge. I mean, I blazed through Modern Warfare 3 on the hardest difficulty, no problem. Most of the Halos I've got through on Legendary, apart from Halo 3, which has given me some fucking hassle at the moment. But and even then, it's not that challenging. If you apply yourself to it, you can do it. But the old school Nintendo games are extremely unforgiving. If you put them on hard difficulties, that's it. You're fucked. You ain't going nowhere. but yeah, that's it for that one. I think my second one was... what was my second one? Oh yeah, it's I know this is going to be really fucking nerdy, and a lot of you are going to judge me for this, and you know what? I don't fucking care. I love Pokemon.
Okay, we did a whole episode on Pokemon where we sang it. If it was a part where we called nerdy, that ship sailed a long time ago.
I was about to say, we all do Pokemon. I don't think there was any one of us that was going to done this. Nerd.
Well, I was
getting ready to.
So was I, but then you said Pokemon,
and then it just kind of deflated the whole nerd balloon there.
Yeah.
I can just imagine
Monopoly right now. Okay.
Put it this way, I did a little numbers test to figure out which Pokemon I was. I hated the answer, but that's by the by. I did proper math to figure it out.
Yeah.
How many letters you are times by a certain number, and then the
only thing that Pokemon doesn't have that could be considered nerdy is that it doesn't have jetpacks. So
you and your bloody jetpacks.
But go on, your moment in Pokemon, Chris.
Yeah, it's I guess the first time I really got into the Pokemon games was actually when Pokemon Yellow came out, and fucking Pikachu would follow you, and it's just, yes, that's cool. I like that. I'm gonna continue playing these games for the rest of time, and I have.
And then you earn Pikachu's friendship.
Yeah.
And he was starting out and he was just like, dude, whatever, I don't even like you.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's just like, we're best friends.
Whatever, bro. Yeah, and then in the next game, like whatever, in fact, in most of the games they've released now, whatever Pokemon is in like the front rank of your party will like follow behind you, and it's pretty awesome to be stomping around with a fucking Charizard stomping around behind you. Like, sup, bro?
I'll tell you what, something right. You guys may not know this, and it's absolutely amazing. You know, you're talking about the relationship with Pikachu and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's actually a fan-made hack for I think one of the newer games that turns the entire game into the animated series.
Oh, nice.
So, like, you know, you got that bit where, like, the first bit where, like, Ash has got, like, you know, Pikachu, but she won't, like Pikachu won't do anything for him or anything along those lines. But when the Fearow comes along and attacks him, then Pikachu dives in the way. That whole bit is actually, like, you have to fight that actually as, like, a Pokemon fight and stuff. And, like, the entire first series is made in game form.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's insane. I have to do that.
I think it's called Pokemon Ash Grey, but I'm not, but I'm sure you could, like, Google it. But it's well worth playing. It's really good fun.
Even though they're kind of running out of colours now. What were the new ones that are coming out?
But they've gone on to gems, haven't they?
Oh no, they're on letters, aren't they? X and Y. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're into letters. They've gone back into Ruby and Sapphire. They're re-releasing those.
Pokemon Ibuprofen.
Yeah.
And Paracetamol. They're the two new games.
Mm. And I've always enjoyed playing the Pokemon games. I've always found them really fucking they're fun and they're addictive. It's just like you get up to the gym leader destroys you and you're like, fuck, I've got to go back and fucking level up my Pokemon. You just stay in the grassland for like ages, just walking around in circles, battling the same Pokemon over and over again, grinding the fuck out of it, and then going back to the gym and going, yeah, it took me about like 60 hours, but now I'm badass enough to take you on.
If there's one moment though in any Pokemon game that you could say was the biggest moment, what would it be? What is the bit that jumps out to you?
Probably the first time I beat the Elite Four.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Fucking ages, because I went in expecting it to be, because I'd like blazed through the last 3 gyms. I was like, the Elite Four are going to be fucking easy. No, I died to like the first guy 6 times in a row, and then I died to the second guy another 8 times. It's fucking insane. And then I got through all the Elite Four. I was like, oh, fucking finally. Oh no, it's the fucking Dragon Lord.
Yeah.
Oh god, fucking damn you. And yeah, I got to him, and literally I had one Pokemon with like 2 HP left. When I got to him, I was like, oh seriously, I wasted all my potions on like the previous dude. I have no revives, I have no potions, I have nothing, and I've got to fight this dude. Brilliant. I lasted all of about 3 seconds. So, right, I've got to go and farm some fucking money.
He may as well, like, not even when he was actually getting his Pokemon out, he did like a Kamehameha and just annihilated your entire team.
Yeah.
just by his first Pokemon exiting the Pokeball was enough to, make you faint.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like the first time you beat him, I was like, oh, no.
You feel like just thrusting whatever like thing you got to. With me, it was like a Game Boy, so you just thrust it to you like, I am champion.
I have the power. Yeah, I think everyone did that when they first beat the Elite Four. Just like thrusted it into the air. Oh.
Bask in the glory,
Yeah, just because you felt like really fucking awesome when you actually managed to do it, because it was such a difficult task to actually do. Yeah, I think that that was like the one thing that stood out for me in like all of Pokemon. It was just fun.
Good.
Yeah. What? No, well, where are we on? Number 3 now.
Number 3. Final moment.
Number 3. This is something that I'm going to say I'm going to. I did have something else for this, but I'm going to choose something else. But I'm going to switch it over to like probably a big disappointment that I've had lately in gaming.
Okay, that's fine. Like I said, it could be bad moments as well. I got a bad moment in mind, so yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a combination of 2 things. It's like something that I like 2 things that I've been really disappointed with, and that's next gen, and that's a couple of next gen games, and it's something that I might have talked about before. One of them is Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah.
And the other one is Halo 3 in the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, you talked about the Halo one quite recently, so.
I did, yeah. But I mean, that was a big disappointment for me after after I said the last one with like Halo 2 looking so damn fine.
You showed us that video.
Oh, it's so fucking sexy. And
Freaked
just
me out.
every cutscene looks awesome. The grave mine freaked me out more than anything in Amnesia. I saw that thing, I was like, please don't tell me I have to actually fucking fight that thing, because I'm just going to shit myself right now. Get it over and done with. But it just looks so good, and there's like all the scenes where you get to see like the brutes in all their awesome glory without their armor on. You get to see what an elite looks like without its armor on. It's like, wow, they look weird. And like everything's beautifully rendered and beautifully done. There's so much like care and attention that's gone into making it a next gen game. And it looks fucking amazing, especially for a game that's been out for like almost a decade now. It looks pretty damn fine.
Yeah.
And then you go over to Halo 3, which looks no fucking different than it did on the Xbox 360. Look, no different. Because, yeah, I think I mentioned that I plugged in my Xbox 360, put in my copy of Halo 3 that I had for the Xbox 360, lined it up side by side, looks absolutely no different. Which is extremely disappointing considering how good everything else is. Even Halo 1 looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah. It must be really cool to play Halo 1 because, like, you know, with all due respect, I mean, it was a pretty game back then, but, like, Halo 1, you know, if you go back without the HD collection, look back and now you think this game doesn't look that good compared to now. Whereas, like, now it's like, it's been upgraded and you're like, yes, this is what it's all about. But,
yeah, now it's been upgraded. I mean, you can tell it's a game that has been upgraded, so it's not...
Yeah, it's
fully
not pristine,
next-gen,
yeah, but yeah, okay, yeah.
But it still looks pretty fucking damn good.
Yeah.
And then you go from like Halo 1 looking pretty damn good to Halo 2 being like a mind orgasm. And then like Halo 3 being extremely subpar. And Halo 4 looking just a little bit better than it did on the Xbox 360. But I will say Halo 4 still looked pretty damn good on the Xbox 360. So they didn't have to really do much to it.
There was no point really upping it that much. It was quite a recent release, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, because it actually looked really good on the Xbox 360, and I'm like I guess they just looked at it and go, well, we don't really have to do that much to it.
Yeah.
Also, the matchmaking in that, still fucking terrible.
Oh, really?
It is still so fucking bad. I've tried to play it 5 or 6 times. I've managed to play 2 games, and it's taken me 15 minutes to get into those games, and I've been kicked about 9 times. For no reason.
That's crazy. Considering, like,
with an Ethernet cable in, not on the Wi-Fi. That's with an Ethernet cable in.
Whenever I remember playing Halo 3, that thing was like buttery smooth. Like
and I've never had a problem with it before. Never had a problem with the matchmaking. Call of Duty, I've had a problem with before. I've had problems with other multiplayers. Even with the Mass Effect multiplayer, which used to work quite well, that would sometimes glitch out on me. I've never had a problem with Halo up until now. And it's purely because they've tried to lump so much in, and they've got rid of all the customization options. Everything I raved about in the multiplayer customization in my Halo 4 review, gone in the Master Chief.
Yeah.
Just disappeared. You can customize your loadouts, that's about it. There's none of the armor customization. You get all the armor suits that you would unlock. All the bits of armor are now stock standard suits that come already unlocked. And I'm sorry, but I hate that, because now there's no incentive for me to play the multiplayer. There's nothing for me to unlock. There's no incentive for me to play it. All the weapons are unlocked as well, so it's not like there's any incentive for me to play more to unlock the weapon that I want. You can't change any of the armor pieces, so you get that bit of armor, and if you don't like it, that's tough shit. You'll have to choose a different one. You can't say have this helmet and these fan braces and these greaves and this chest plate. You've got to have the whole suit or nothing. And that really disappointed me. I was really pissed off about that. It's like everything I raved about Halo 4's multiplayer being the best multiplayer I've ever played is now gone.
Harsh.
Yeah, and I'm really fucking angry about it. And I was really disappointed, and I haven't picked it up since. Just because it's like, no, I'm fucking sick of it. I'm done. I'm not. I mean, I managed to watch 3 YouTube videos in the space it took for me to get into a multiplayer game, and then it kicked me in the first 3 minutes.
That's so bad. That's the worst thing. That's so frustrating.
Yeah,
I've had that happen in games.
Yeah, I was like, no, fuck this. I'm done. And I got raged at because everything was lagging. I was lagging really bad for some reason. I've never lagged in a Halo game. Never. It's always run smoothly, and I was just fuck on with it now. Assassin's Creed Unity as well, massive letdown. It's not as bad as number 3, don't get me wrong, but it's not up to what it should be. It should have been more than it was. It's a standard Assassin's Creed game, but it's Assassin's Creed's next gen release. Its first next gen release. It should have been something epic, but there's too much going on. Like, they've tried to tie in so many outside companion influences that it's just jumbled and fucking crazy. It pushes the multiplayer and like just the social options on you, because there's chests are like scattered around the city that you can't unlock unless you do social shit. And if you don't want to go and do social shit, then those chests will forever stay locked and you'll never get 100% completion, which is a bit of a dick move. I mean, all the other like the main character, I'll admit, he's not as bad as Connor. Connor was just a fucking miserable little dick. Constantly a petulant teen. I hate the dick. But this guy's leaning more towards like the Ezio kind of character, where he's a bit more witty, he's a bit more relatable, like, so you can relate to the guy a little bit more, but he's still not as interesting as Kenway. Like, I mean, Kenway is by far my favourite assassin of all the assassins, because I find him the most relatable myself. I relate to the guy a lot more.
Yeah, we all know you back when you in your swashbuckling days when you were,
Pirating.
Yeah, pirating, so...
Oh, of course.
You've done quite well to get yourself back onto land, so well done, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, but Kenway seems the more down to earth of all the assassins. Really,
Seems like he's actually got Sorry, I didn't mean to cut across.
Yeah. I mean, out of Ezio, Altair, Ezio in his 4 games that he had, cheeky fucker. Oh, no, it was 3 games, wasn't it?
Yeah,
'Cause
3.
Like, what? 2 Brotherhood Revelations. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, and then he
Still
even
for a
makes...
long time though.
Yeah, but Ezio was a really strong character though, and they did well to milk that character as much as they did. Like, he was a big.
So he was literally old and grey.
And then they suddenly realised, oh shit, we haven't given him a wife, and he's meant to reproduce.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, we better work that into the last game. And
Loophole.
yeah, they kind of milked the guy so much they actually kind of like played him to death. Literally, you see his dead body. It's like, oh, okay, fair enough. But I mean, they do that with Altair as well in Revelations.
Yeah.
You play out some of his later life as well, which I actually really like. I like.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, Revelations was good because he got to like tie off some of Altair that doesn't really get dealt with in like number 2 or Brotherhood. So what happened to Altair? He just like defeats the Grand Master and then just that's that. He's referenced at doing these quite badass things in number 2 and Brotherhood. Can we see that maybe? And you do in Revelations, and I quite liked how they tied it all off. And I actually thought it was a good game. Maybe it wasn't a game that was necessarily needed, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But then Assassin's Creed 3 came around, and you all know how I feel about that abomination.
Yep.
And then Black Flag came around, and I was like, yes, pirates, guns, cannons, a gun system that actually fucking works and isn't just clanky and really fucking awkward. I never used a gun in Assassin's Creed 3 after the first time I used it, because it's like, no, this is just shit. I'm not using the gun mechanic. Give me my swords and my hidden blades, and then I'm done. Maybe the blowpipe if I'm feeling fancy. But yeah, I mean, the gun mechanic in Black Flag actually worked. In Assassin's Creed Unity, iffy. It kind of works sometimes. It's just been it was a really bad launch for Unity. It was so bad.
There was so much bad press around it. There was like tons of it.
Yeah.
But they did that.
Season press, didn't they?
No, they brought it back. They brought it back now.
They brought it back?
I think so.
Yeah, but it's the fact they had to cancel it. It's just kind of telling.
They had to cancel it because their game was so broken that they had to fix it before they could then re-release it. It's like, you released a shitty, broken game
But they knew they did it. When like whenever any game comes out, and I'm like, there's not a review on it until like on the news outlets until after it launches. I'm like, there's something fucking dodgy here. There's something really dodgy. Like the way that I could already bank on Dragon Age Inquisition being good because they allowed people to review it like 2 weeks before it launched, and that's basically them saying we know we got a good game. Review it whenever you like. We don't care who knows it. It knows what it's like. So, but like when they do that,
the product.
yeah. But so like. Yeah, whenever anyone does that, any company, like they've got like a review embargo. It's just like I a tip to anyone: just stay fucking clear until any review come out because there's a good chance of it being utter dump. There's the only way around it, really.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought when when Unity came out. Like so many people were complaining about it. I didn't play it for a good month, just waiting for fucking patches. And I have to say, like, I know the Xbox release didn't have as many bugs as the PlayStation or the PC release. Especially the PC release was actually the worst, I think. I think I remember seeing that the PC release had like twice as many bugs as the PS4.
There was like massive frame rate issues.
Oh yeah,
with the PC version.
Yeah,
like,
let's not forget the absentee faces.
Yes.
And was it in the NPCs that could magically change their clothes and gender whenever they wanted? You know?
But yeah, I mean, in the Xbox One, like I didn't really encounter that at all. I encountered a couple of glitches, but as I think I said previously, that was me just being fucking stupid and getting myself stuck. Like, kind of get myself wedged in a gap and going, oh, fuck, I'm stuck now. Damn it. Yeah, it's like, but the only thing I will say is the guards are extremely fucking overzealous. I mean, in the other games, you had a little bit of leeway. You could kind of like go, oh shit, I've alerted them a little bit. I can blend. They'll stop noticing me. I can carry it on my way. No, in these ones, they attack you straight off the bat.
You say that. I remember number one, when you were travelling between cities, that they would go nuts if they see you galloping just a little bit and you had to slow to a crawl, and then they'd be like, whatever, just some dude in a hood. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
you can't be late for dinner or anything, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
speeding!
I'd equate the guards in fucking Assassin's Creed Unity to the cops in GTA 5.
Well, you don't even have to tap their car and they'll still get pissed off with you. Like...
Yeah, it's like 1 star, death.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus, man. At least in like GTA 4, I know that game got a lot of bad press, but fuck it, I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed GTA 4. I loved knocking around as a pissed off Russian. I loved it.
Yeah. It wasn't Russian.
He was Serbian, wasn't he?
Was he Serbian?
He was from the eastern countries.
Romania?
It's not actually said. He just refers to it as the old country.
I'm sure it was Serbian.
You know
I
what?
don't know. Yeah, but,
Nico Bellic was a good
yeah.
Eastern European. European. Yeah.
Nico Bellic was a good character. I enjoyed the game. If anyone's going to judge me for that, fuck them. I like that game.
I did.
But
I disliked the game.
At least in that game. Oh well.
Oh wow, you're getting judged right now.
But at least in that game, like for like 1 to 3 stars, the cops would still try to arrest you. Like, kind of, they tried to pull you out of your car and like arrest you. They tried to like, just punch you to the ground and bust you. I don't even know why they have police stations in GTA 5. They might as well just have like army bases in place of police stations.
And cemeteries.
All they do is fucking shoot you. Even in like 1 star, they don't even bother to arrest you. I've even tested it out quite a few times with like every character and online. Just going up to like someone, punching them to get 1 star and just standing there just to see what happens, or getting into a car but not going anywhere just to see if I'll get pulled out and busted. No, I just get shot in the face. It's like, no, I'm sorry, that's a bit shitty. I don't know whether that was done on purpose to maybe like highlight just how highlight just how overzealous some police officers can be, but still, it breaks the game a little bit, and it's fucking annoying.
Breaks the immersion.
Yeah, when you got 1 star and a cop like gets out and shotguns you in the face, it's like, dude, fuck, come on.
Trigger happy.
Yeah, that's what it's like in Assassin's Creed Unity. You could just be walking along and these guys are like, I don't like the way your face looks. I'm going to bury an axe in it. Whoa. Jesus.
Yeah, all better now.
Yeah, it's like the only good thing I liked about Assassin's Creed Unity was the main character's actually kind of cool. He has his moments, but then he has his moments where he's a whingy douchebag. But was actually the way you go about assassinating dudes. You don't have a clear set path on what you're supposed to do. In the other games, you'd be it'd be like, go here, find your target, and then do him in. In this one, you get to the general area of where your target is, and then you have a multitude of ways you can do it. You can go in sword swinging, or you can do a sneaky stealth approach. You can rob keys off of someone. You can assassinate guards to lighten the load inside a building, so it's easier to sneak around. So there's lots of ways you can go about it, and I found that quite interesting. Awesome. Yeah, it was just a big letdown. So. Yeah. Anyway, those are my gaming moments.
Awesome. So yeah, I like your third gaming moment turned into 2 mini reviews back to back. That was cool.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to go ahead of me, or?
I would like to segue from mentioning disappointment to my disappointment this week.
Okay.
Which you both know.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. I know where this is going. Take us away.
Iron Brigade, which is which was a port from a arcade game on the 360 made by Double Fine. Now, this game...
They deserve a Double Fine.
Thank you for that.
Oh, wow. That's a slam dunk already. Whoa. Boom. Nice.
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a game that emphasizes co-op, 4-player co-op, but on the PC, it doesn't. You can't do co-op easily. I mean, Tony, Chris, and we've looked it up, and it's been going... It's
implausible.
It's implausible. Yeah, it's improbable. Improbable.
It's impossible.
But it's 4 simple words. That's the reason. Games for Windows Live.
Yeah.
Which I have to admit, I've never even heard of until I actually bought this game.
Yeah.
It's just like Games for Windows Live. What the hell is that?
Something that breaks good games.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Arse, that's what it is. It's a pain in the arse. Speaking from experience, it's a fucking pain in the arse. I've had to deal with it for years. With fucking Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2. But Dawn of War 2 particularly was a Games for Windows Live. And it was buggy as all shit because Windows Live would constantly interfere with your game. And you couldn't even load up your game unless you were connected to Windows Live. And Windows Live never actually fucking worked properly. So it was always, oh no, you don't have a save file. Fuck off, I do have a save file. It's on my computer. I can find it and copy and paste the save file if you want. Fucking Windows Live.
Set up?
It took me about 20 minutes to set up because as soon as I downloaded...
Games for Windows.
Yeah, because as soon as it started up, it'd just say, no, you're not connected to the internet. You guys have a problem. We can't connect. Your computer must be wrong. And it's just like, I downloaded this bitch 5 minutes ago. Don't you tell me it's my fault.
It was though.
I
had loads of issues getting on as well, and I didn't have an issue downloading it. Like it got pissy with me because apparently I downloaded my gamer profile, but then it had to update. So when it updated, it deleted my gamer profile. But when I tried to re-upload it, it was like, "Well, we've got a gamer profile here. Is it yours?" I was like, "Yes." And it was like, "Okay, we need to re-download it." I was like, "Why the fuck are you doing this?" And it like takes ages to do it.
Yeah, it took me a while to do it as well. It had me reset my computer twice.
Oh God.
I was like, for fuck's sake, Windows Live. God damn.
And then after all that nightmare, I finally have one good round with Tony, which was fun, and then suddenly, boom, we can do it again.
Yeah, and you know the strange thing about it, right? You guys know I play Guild Wars loads.
Yeah.
There must be something in that game that makes my laptop decide it just doesn't like the fucking game.
Yeah.
Because it just overheats like a motherfucker. It really does. I don't know. I can't even explain it.
Did you say there was a lot of lag as well?
There was times when something would happen and then it would drop to like 6 frames per second.
Yeah.
Mm.
Weren't you two just dumped into separate games at one point halfway through a game?
Yeah. It literally like divided us into separate games. It was like, but I want to play in that game. That's what I want to do.
I've got a tiny little engineering trench. I want to play with Tony because he's the big guy right now.
Yeah.
I am tiny. I want the big guns. I've got tiny guns.
Yeah. We had it all perfectly planned, didn't we? We had our trenches down to a T. I was going to have all the guns, you were going to have all the emplacements, and the game won't fucking work, so...
And what was the solution that you found? Don't.
We didn't even. We tried that. It still didn't work.
Still
What?
didn't
Don't
work.
pick up scrap.
which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
impossible.
There's basically a bug
Yeah.
in the game which still hasn't been fixed. That when you pick up the scrap,
2012.
yeah, that when you pick up scrap, which you need to build emplacements, which is pretty much the entirety of the game, right?
Yeah.
Apart from shooting stuff as well. But like that's the main thing of the way that you've got to win the game, right? So you need to collect scrap. When you collect scrap, it basically causes a massive fucking memory leak. How did they not? Sorry, I'm getting really ragey now. I get really annoyed. I'm annoyed for you, Tom, because you bought the thing. That's what I'm annoyed about.
Well, yeah, you did, didn't you, Tom? You did buy the game.
I did. I actually bought 4 copies for everyone because it was on sale for 80% off.
See, out of the kindness of his heart, he did that.
Because I really wanted to play co-op with you guys.
Yeah.
It would be
He
hilarious.
was like clapping his hands and everything.
It was childlike delight.
And it turned to sorrow.
It was. It's just the fact that they haven't done anything about it, and they.
Who was it that said that there was a bug as well? Wasn't it,
It was
one of the developers?
One of the developers said that. Yeah.
And they said, well, shrug.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
No solution was given. This was 2 years ago. They just didn't bother to patch it or anything.
Ah, well, that's
And-
just good game development, isn't it?
And they did acknowledge that Games for Windows Live was a problem, but they didn't even say that they were going to. I think something was hinted at, not even said, that that would be taken out. But again, that was 2012.
I know. Quite recently, like one of the main issues that apparently like had Dark Souls on, like the original Dark Souls on PC, was that it was linked to Games for Windows Live. And I saw something very recently that it actually got taken off recently, and it got put back over onto Steam. So
Yeah.
like, if they can do that, obviously they could do that on a game, and the Dark Souls came out, roughly around about the same time, then it can be done. But the main thing about Double Fine is that they're dodgy, man. They're dodgy nowadays. I don't care how much of a creative genius Tim Schafer is. The company is dodgy, right?
That's what disappoints me the most. They make beautiful, humorous, and intriguing games
With good dialogue.
with good dialogue. It's
Yeah.
very pretty to look at. They're fun to play.
The business practices are so dodgy, though.
Because I played Deep Space 49 something or other, which is basically you build a deep space station, which is
yeah.
wonderful and intriguing.
Space
Space. Yeah, sorry, what did I say?
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, I was like, they made the Star Trek game? Wow.
Did I?
No,
No,
it's
sorry.
called Space.
It's Space D9 something or other.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But essentially, it was released as an early access, but halfway through, they turned around and said, "You know what? We're done. Just whip it out as the full thing. And if the community wants it, they can just
can
mod it, which I think someone said was a gamer's privilege to mod it. And they charge us. They do. It's not a £6.99 game. It's a full-fledged like $14.99 game. I think it is. I haven't.
It's charged for rather than it being actually its value. How much would you say its value worth is?
Again, I'll probably say $7.99 maybe.
Okay. Tom is very generous.
Depends.
There.
I don't think an unfinished game deserves to be priced. That's just my opinion.
That's
I'm
the-
really harsh on it, but
Yeah.
It's just the fact that they launched a Kickstarter. Half the features they said they're not going to bother to put in.
yeah. Oh, was it like? Is it Double Fine that did that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They also did another thing with Kickstarter with Broken Age, which is a point and click. Right. They did a Kickstarter. They got a fuck ton of cash, and I really mean it. They got loads. I mean, like, just a stupid amount of money to make this game, which apparently they only they blew past their bottom amount that they needed to create the game. Everything else was extra, right?
Yeah.
So they created the game, but then they said they ran out of money. So they released the game on Steam as like 2 different episodes. So like people that backed it obviously still get it, but they released it so people could buy the first episode and get it. So because apparently then they needed more funding. I'm like, if you've blown through all that money on a game that really to me isn't that long, and I've watched Let's Plays of it, then something's seriously wrong. How are you hemorrhaging that much money? It makes no sense
Yeah.
to me. I just can't believe it. And when I look at Broken Sword 5, which I played this year, which is of a similar length, and they got far less money, and they completed their game without asking for any further cash. I can't understand. How can they hemorrhage that much money? And they got loads, guys. They really
They must
do.
be buying waistcoats for their cats or something.
Yeah, they must be smoking calories, like fucking rubbing their arseholes with fucking $50 bills because they think they can get away with it. Oh man, it's just bad.
Well, what disappointed me about this game was that it is a good game. It's just
It
the
is
multiplayer.
fantastic.
breaks
It's
it.
so good. I want to play it multiplayer because it's amazing.
Just imagine how much fun we'd have had on a Let's Play with this. Just literally all three of us just screaming, just in our most brilliant posh English accents or whatever, just screaming, "Fire the guns! Here comes the monos!" Rah, 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 rah.
Bully!
Time to take down these tubes, lads. Yes. Yeah, but it will never
There are
happen.
some levels on there when you get further in that you either need to play a couple of times just to build up your XP or make enough money just to upgrade your trench.
Yeah.
If you're playing by yourself, if you had more people with you, you'd be able to go through it no problem.
Yeah.
And I really, really was looking forward to that. Just all three of us standing outside one objective.
I would like to say now that Double Fine Studios are opposite a restaurant. They have a wine bar behind them. They're next to a tennis club, and there are two other nightclubs down the road. So there's your answer. That's where all the money goes.
Now, what? Jesus Christ, that's a bad business practice. Who puts a company in the middle of that? Restaurant, nightclubs, tennis courts.
The sales team. The sales team will do that.
And they're not even hitting tennis balls on that tennis court. They're hitting around balls of money. Backwards and forwards to each other while
We
laughing.
invented a new game. We call it Moneyball. The
Yeah.
person who wastes the most money wins.
Let's put this on Kickstarter and we'll just waste everyone's money and then come up with some bollocks afterwards.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I don't want to hate them.
I know, I don't want to either. I don't.
I am
But
broken-hearted by it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hate them.
okay, so
It upsets me.
What's your
yeah,
other?
Now,
Next.
I've got plenty of moments to talk about, but this one I think really got to me emotionally, and I feel bad to talk about it because this is Haley's game.
My game.
Suikoden 2.
Suikoden 2.
I think there's an echo in here.
Suikoden 2.
Whatever.
If you want to say Japanese like.
And when Haley first introduced it to me, I was just.
I don't play JRPGs. That's what he was saying.
I was going to make
That's
that
what he
exact
said.
tone of voice, and
No,
that's
you
what I was
weren't.
going
I
to say.
did it better.
I was just like, oh, I don't play JRPGs.
See, I
had
did it better.
Shut
I
up.
did.
Well, that's because you took the wind out my sails, Haley. No, because I generally, I was afflicted by the Final Fantasy 13 stigma of JRPGs just being absolute tripe.
Yeah.
Yes,
And-
Suikoden came out in the late 1990s, I think.
I think that was part of the reason why she convinced me. She kind of twisted my arm into it, and I was just starting up, and she was like,
Not literally.
no,
Kind of literally.
figuratively, and possibly literally. And she may have taken a white belt to me. It was white, I remember. Anyway, so no, it started off, and it really, I found myself being pulled in emotionally because when you start off, you've got your friend Joey, and just after the beginning, you're separated from him, and you're always thinking, and then suddenly he turns up to try and rescue you. When you're a prisoner of war, and he's still with you, and you play through it to one bit where you're sneaking through this enemy camp, and you're all surrounded, and he's shouting at you, "Get out! I'll hold them off!" And I'm just screaming at him, "No, we fight together!" And he kicked me up into the next screen, and then we're running off to the city where we're taking refuge, and there's this huge moment where everyone's just waiting for Joey to come back, and everyone's just saying, "Joey will come back. He's a tough kid." And I'm just saying, "Yeah, Joey will come back. Joey's got to come back." And then we're waiting outside the city, sun setting, and it's just literally three kids just sitting there. And it's just like, "Joey's coming back. Do you want to go to bed, Tom?" No, I'm gonna be here when Joey gets back. Joey's coming back. Joey's coming back. And then suddenly everyone looks up and just looks across, and there's Joey walking back, and Haley can attest to this. I literally pointed at the screen and said, "You son of a bitch, don't you fucking do that to me again." I'm actually tearing up thinking about this.
no.
So emotional.
But that's not the... Yes, and I was just like, Joey's back, I'm so happy. And here comes the spoiler part.
Okay.
So if you haven't played the game, just plug your fingers in your ears and just pretend not to listen to what I'm talking about. Then little things are happening, and it's just setting me off because you hear him talking to a shadowed figure, and it's just like, "Joey, who's that guy? What guy? Joey, don't fuck about." He looked like a ninja. Why are you talking to a ninja? And then everything kicks off. You're about to talk to the mayor of the city, who's going to tell you about your grandfather. Suddenly he's there, knife in hand, before we have a chance to talk to there, and it's just, Joey betrays you, and it was just one of the most heartrending moments of my life.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's just like, This was, Star Wars the third episode 3, where Obi-Wan's screaming at Anakin, "You were the chosen one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a brother to me. I loved you. It was that exact moment for me. It was actually a point where I was screaming out betrayal every time. You've got
How could you do this to me, Joey?
Noah Antwiler, Spoonie. He's got a betrayal song, which is literally a heavy metal guitar being slammed against something while he's screaming out betrayal.
Okay.
That's exactly what went through my head.
So
emotion.
when you think of Joey now, do you think of the good times or do you think of the
I
bad
try to
times?
think of the good times, but you just can't.
PTSD, man.
I remember him coming back. I fucking loved him.
Aw.
He was a brother to me.
Romance. Oh.
Why, Joey?
Why?
Ah. Oh, fuck. Okay.
So number 3.
A part of me actually worried there that we are going to have our first live cry on the podcast. But...
I actually am crying. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I fucking love Joey. He was my brother from another mother. That's how serious it was, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stupid rhyme.
He was so serious, he tried to be black.
I'm
Yes.
just casually drinking my bottle of water.
And she just does not give a fuck.
But what did you do in that game when Joey fell in love with Rachel? Like,
Yeah,
were
she
you
married
okay with that, or
Princess.
did you have
Yes,
a problem?
married a princess, and he
Married Princess Julia.
was
That's her
Luca
name.
fucking Blight. We were
He's
gonna.
the bad guy.
He's the bad guy, and we were gonna fight him together, Joey. No, and then there was a moment when Nanami died.
That's another spoiler.
That's another spoiler.
Oh, I'm just gonna...
She's the character's main sister, and she's there for thick and thin.
The main character's sister, not the character's main sister. Just getting that.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm so emotional I can't even construct basic sentences.
None of me though, man.
And as soon as that happened to her, because I was about to fight Joey, then suddenly a guard came out of nowhere, shoots Nanami, and it's just like, what? This is too much.
And then
All the feels right now.
and then the character and Joey team up to battle the guy who killed Nanami.
I wouldn't.
However, you know about the secret ending, no?
I know. Yeah, I've heard of the secret ending, which is the ending I'm trying to get to. Because
Which is where Nanami comes back from the dead.
where it's revealed she didn't actually.
She didn't actually die. She just wanted out of the war and to kind of motivate the main character to win.
But with that ending, you can actually find Joey, and you could all have a happy ending. But I didn't.
Picnic and tea.
But when I played it, I couldn't get that ending. So
you didn't have a happy ending.
So I would either have to kill Joey, and I don't have the heart to do that.
So you just put it in the cupboard.
I just put it in the cupboard, and I've only picked it out in only just to get every character. The only way I will complete this game is if Joey and I could retire and have a happy ending and 3 kids
What, together?
together.
I can only imagine the lovemaking sessions.
I fucking love him.
I love you, Joey. I love you.
Can't go through what we went
Fine.
through.
If
And
you're
not,
going off with Joey, then I'm going off with Tally.
I'm 100. I ship that. I completely ship that.
Oh.
Tally Zora.
That's I could talk about Mass Effect as well. There's lots of moments there. Anyway, third moment.
Third moment.
This is my favourite moments, and I can't even remember what I was playing. This doesn't
Are you
involve
doing the
me.
Dead Space one.
No, I'm not doing the Dead Space one. We covered that one on the Halloween one.
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember what I was playing, but I suddenly get a phone call from Haley. She had just finished Portal 2, and she just said to me, "The cake's not a lie." I saw it. It's right there.
Portal 1. I finished it in a couple hours. And a bit of context, some of our really boring friends from before used to always go around because they were really stupid and so just as a thing they go, the cake is a lie, the cake is a lie, shouting at everyone all the time. And this is like, these are not children, these are grown men.
People our age.
So then I finally get around to playing it, and then I call up Tom at midnight and say, the cake's not a lie, what are they fucking on about? Have they even played the game?
That was a special moment for me. Because then suddenly she became more credible as a gamer than every one of those guys.
Yeah, that's it. Because then you're playing the game. You're not just spouting a meme. That's what it's all about.
Well, everyone knows the Rat Man, and everyone knows what he says. The cake is a lie. But then you get to the end, and suddenly it's just like,
There was a cake.
was it a lie?
I said,
We saw a cake.
Did they not have enough patience to sit through the credits and see the bloody cake at the end?
It wasn't even after the credits. It was before the credits.
No, it was after the
No, it was
credits.
before the credits, because you remember the hand goes down, puts out the candle, and then Still Alive kicks in.
Oh, I don't know. It was a long time ago.
But the fact is, the cake exists. It's not a fucking
It was
lie.
there.
Yeah.
She may have been chopped up before she got it, but she would have got it in the end.
Yeah, exactly. And and technically in the canon of the game, she does survive towards the end of that game, so the cake wasn't a lie.
There you go.
So is that your third gaming moment? Is it?
That is my third gaming moment. Just to reiterate just how much I love gaming with Haley. She just turns around and just says, "This is not true, Tom. I know gaming no more than these people." And it's like, yes, you do, my love. Yes, you do.
So Haley, do you have any gaming moments, or will I go ahead?
Yeah, well, I've thought of a few, but, it's either you or me. It's up to you who wants to go first.
Fight it out.
I
What?
I said fight it out, and she said I win.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I have two
Crack on.
sticks, you have one. I win.
Yeah. That was as quick of a fight as CM Punk's UFC career, I believe, will be. But let's not go into that.
Oh,
yeah, of course.
wrestling jokes.
Ooh. Got him.
Okay. Is that at the end of your wrestling thing? I don't do wrestle.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I love it.
There was a joke there. It's gone. It's flown by. There's no point trying to
Sorry,
catch
I kind
it.
of stubbed it out there.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Well, I'll start off with a good rage or
Start with
happy?
rage and end on a happy
Rage.
note.
Okay. I'm gonna be a nerd like Chris and go on a Pokemon moment.
Yay!
But wait, this is rage. Wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, this is rage.
Okay. Colour me intrigued. Okay.
My first Pokemon game, Pokemon Red. I had 142 Pokemon on that game cartridge, on that save file. My little cousin says, "Oh, can I play with it?" I said, "Yeah, sure, just don't save."
Oh no, I can see where this is going. No.
He saved over it.
No. How many hours did you put in?
Oh, no, 142 Pokemon.
Oh no.
And this is in the days when there was only 151, if we're going to be pedantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had just 9 left to collect the whole set, and it's just I never had the heart to try all over again. To try and go the distance. I just played it for the game. After that, I couldn't do the collecting thing. I couldn't rage at him.
This is why I don't let anyone near my Guild Wars account, because I'm too scared that some shit will happen and my 2,000 hours of work will all be gone. So
Yeah.
that's why no one gets anywhere fucking close to my account. That's locked
Let
off.
this be a lesson to
Yeah.
Never let people close to what you love.
But,
like,
they
it's-
will only destroy it.
But like, it's a
One
Game
Pokemon
Boy though.
cartridge-
Like, you can't really get a password and stop people playing it. Like, you know what I mean?
No. And I'm always nice as well.
Yeah.
You can't be mean to your little cousin because they don't know
No.
better.
I mean, to my children, they're not allowed to go anywhere close to my Guild Wars.
He was a little shit though.
They know the rules. Yeah. As soon as they came out of the birth canal, I was like, "You're not touching my Guild Wars account, all right?" Good.
Father, what on earth is Guild Wars?
You don't need to know that. All you need to know is not to go close to Daddy's laptop. That's
I love the
all.
fact that this is a second-year-old child, and immediately their first words is, "Father, what is Guild Wars?"
Oh, so
Oh, so much rage over that though. I never fully raged. Never fully raged. I wasn't allowed to.
but
Oh.
you've had to stew on it for years.
I have. I've never forgotten it. Like, I have never forgotten when my mum promised to get me a light up Tinkerbell purple wand that was in the shape of a star. And she said, "Oh, I'll get it later for you." She never got it for me. From BT's.
And you knew Santa wasn't real.
I did. But also, I don't forget. I'm very sad.
No, she doesn't.
I got my ears pierced at 1.5 years old. I remember it.
Wow. I
Sure.
can hardly remember where I woke up this morning.
That's because you're Irish there, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, on a pile somewhere. Okay, let me think of another. What was my other point? Let me think of one. I had one in my brain earlier. I put it somewhere. Let me just have a rummage around my brain files.
All we can hear is the internet.
The
The internet dial
Oh,
tone.
storm's
That's all.
coming.
Break out the dynamite.
Oh god, it was Pokemon.
Careful, Haley, don't blue screen of death now. Come on.
Oh god, I don't think it was Final Fantasy. No, this was another rage. Oh my god,
okay.
another rage, more rage.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 13.
Of course.
Oh god. Okay.
Just. Oh my god, their first game.
Just
on
before
the
you start,
console.
Haley, just before you start, I will say that that trailer that's come out for the new Final Fantasy looks sexy as shit, even if it does look a bit weird.
Sexy and
The
weird.
new number 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. That new trailer that's now been really awkwardly dubbed in English, but it does look, really fucking good. It looks really good. It looks proper sexy. I might actually buy that.
That's
Well,
out next
remember
June,
what we
isn't it?
do. Remember what we say about buying games that just look sexy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Destiny.
reason as you
Destiny.
Same reason as you don't marry just an attractive woman without getting to know them, because then they might be just as interesting as a pencil.
Yeah. Just like
A
Destiny.
broken
Or
empty
have
pencil.
herpes.
So actually, no, sorry. A pencil has more lore than Destiny, but let's not go into that.
Yeah, but tits are infinitely more interesting than Destiny.
Well, yeah, there is that. To be honest, yeah, you do have that. Yeah.
But the modern day definition of an attractive woman is very little tittage. I'll just say that now.
No, I'd like it all big, but there we go.
Oh, then there you go.
Well, yeah,
I don't get the 12-year-old boy look. But we're digressing. We're digressing. Final Fantasy 13 rage.
I mean, personally, I don't want to have sex with a woman that looks like I could snap her. If I'm
Yeah,
It's-
totally, man.
It's just like
Well, let's
I
be
don't want
honest.
to have sex.
Okay,
though.
I'm going to say something really horrible, but looks about as like she can fit into your daughter's clothes.
Yes.
Ooh.
No,
That sounds
no,
like
no
horrible,
daughter's
but it's
clothes.
true.
My
Part of the
daughter's
reason why I'm
doll's
not attracted
clothes.
to Mila Djokovic.
Jovovich.
Jovovich, whatever the hell her name is.
That one.
But it's true. It's true.
I'm not saying she's a terrible actress. I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm just saying I'm not sexually attracted to her.
Eat a bit of bread. Do
Yeah.
it
I just
now.
you talk about some guys say they look at her and it's just like, oh god. I just look at them and go, ooh, I fancy a bit of a pie now.
Yeah.
I'm actually hungry looking at this woman.
Let me eat for you. Wait, that explains so much about me. I must be eating for all these skinny girls I see.
Oh, what did I see on Facebook the other day? Is it was two guys that kind of looking at fucking who was it? I think it might have been Mila Jovovich actually, like one of those really skinny, the skinniest shit actresses. And one of the guys went, "Oh, I'd love to take her in the bedroom." The other guy went, "I'd love to take her in the kitchen to get her a fucking sandwich because she is skinny as shit." Just take her by the hand, lead her into the kitchen, make her a really big sandwich, and go, just eat it. Just eat it. You can gain a stone.
Here are carbs. Have some of them,
Yeah.
please, for your
Just
own
eat
health.
enough so that a strong wind won't snap you in half.
Oh.
We're terrible. Anyway, Final Fantasy 13.
Carry on, Haley,
Okay.
sorry.
Oh, Final Fantasy 13. There's not much to say about it, but just the disappoint. The one moment that in particular I remember running down the corridor.
That encompasses the whole game.
Well, that narrows it down, Haley. That really narrows it down.
And fake Aussie accent girl.
Kooky girl.
Kooky girl. We'll call her Kooky girl for now. I can't remember what her name is. Hope and Kooky girl running down the hall, and then they see this bike.
Oh god, yeah, I
the,
remember that
the
bit.
flying bike thing. I was like, okay, cool. This is the part where I get to fly the bike. This will be cool. No.
It's a transition.
No. I was just like, as I said, why not? You've missed such a great opportunity there to actually engage your player.
Could be
Let
like
me
this-
interact with you.
It could be like
I
the
don't want to watch a
snowboarding.
movie. I want to play.
Yeah. It could be like the
So-
snowboarding bit out of Final Fantasy VII. That was a cool little bit, but
I don't remember that. I do remember the tower defense part into Final Fantasy VII, and I like that bit.
yeah, that was awesome.
But I like tower defense.
And you
see,
get the
then,
Phoenix
minigames.
materia for that, so that's awesome.
Oh god. Anyway, Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 13. Just that's just all I need
Just
to say.
All disappoint.
We have a rage fest on Final Fantasy
I do
13.
remember. I'm not actually going to let you live this down, but I remember after you first played it, a few months, a year later, suddenly it's just like, I should pick that up again. And I just
I
looked
should
at it and
give
said,
it a
Haley,
go.
no, you shouldn't.
I gave it another shot. I gave
10
it
minutes
one
in.
more chance. 10 minutes in, I was like, nope, none of that.
You just see the look on her
So
face.
much
It's just like, oh god, what have I done?
So much. Even my brother said, you're going to regret this.
It's kind of like that moment when you get back with your ex.
and nothing's gained of it. You just feel a big sense of disappointment in yourself.
It's just like what
bad deja vu.
you just have that moment where it's just like I fooled myself.
Let's put it this
I
way.
thought it could be different, but it's not.
I went back to CEX the next day to hand it back in.
Yeah.
I was like, no, thank you.
I think we've had enough here.
And I spent
was a
over
mistake.
100 hours playing that game.
Sorry?
I spent over 100 hours playing Final Fantasy 13.
How? Why?
Because when I buy a game for full price, I'm getting my fucking value regardless of whether regardless of whether it's shit or not. It's the same with Destiny. I played tons of Destiny. I still didn't like it.
That's fair enough.
Just like what you say. Yes, I spent £35 for this absolute mess of dog shit, but goddammit, I'm getting through every square inch of this dog shit.
Your money's
Let's
worth
save
zero.
the world by doing what we said we wouldn't do. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 plot.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, sorry.
I don't even understand.
Let's
half
save
those
the
people.
world by destroying the world, and hopefully there'll be some sort of crystal fucking magic. Why not?
That's insanity. There's so many villains, though, who do that. We have to save the world by first destroying it. We have to have a clean slate.
That's the twist.
They're
the characters
villains.
on Final Fantasy
Are the
actually
villains.
the 13. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Are villains, really?
That's what I was
But that
trying to
doesn't
say.
make no, guys, no. We are not getting into
I've
it right
actually
now.
seen.
Shh. Quiet now, Tom. We are not getting into it.
Let's
We did Final Fantasy 13. It needs to stay in the dirt. We are not picking it back up to put it back in there again. It can stay there. We'll spit on it every
Have
so
you
often. But for now,
Have you seen that moment on Final Fantasy 13.3?
I don't want to
It
know.
starts off, lightning's there, and it's just like, you should know who I am, taking off some sunglasses, like she's the most badass figure in gaming history, and you're just like, I'm pretty sure most of society just looked at it and just like, just shut the fuck up. You are not that big a deal. Don't act like a big deal. Get back to your shitty little game and we'll
She
forget
is,
about
but
you.
in a bad way. She is a big deal, but in a infamous way.
Yeah, yeah.
For being the blandest woman alive.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's really
Okay.
bad because like she was like the first like female-driven like
Protagonist.
yeah, and she was the worst of all of them. Like it's just like
Why couldn't she be Renoa Hartley?
yeah, Renoa fucking rocks, man. I love Renoa.
Awesome. I love Renoa. I cosplayed as Renoa for my first time.
At the MCM
At
Expo.
my first time at the expo, yeah.
Renoa.
Words.
And that pinwheel thing. I don't know how that works, but it's still cool.
Oh, the chakram.
Yeah.
It's kind of like crossbow, but with a chakram.
Yeah, it's just so weird.
And boomerang's back.
Well, I love it.
I don't even
regardless.
know what you're describing.
I didn't make it. I just made the outfit with the full length blue cardigan, which my mum knitted for me. It
Aw.
took ages, like a year to do.
Do you have any pictures of that? I'd love to see that actually.
I've got one somewhere. I'll have to post it on the Kittens wall.
Awesome.
Got it somewhere. I'm not going to find it. This is when I was slimmer again.
Oh, Bubs, you look lovely.
Anyway. Off the rage and onto something a bit happier, except Tony might rage about this a little bit.
Okay.
All of Kingdom Hearts 2.5.
Oh, fuck this.
Oh, what?
Fuck this, man. Don't even start. I don't want to hear about Kingdom Hearts,
It's
okay?
so pretty.
I will say that actually looks really good. Haley showed me Sora's facial expressions. It looks really
Animation.
good.
So incredible. It's so ahead of it. Just
I
so
did
much
do
better
a bit
than-
of research on it as well, actually. I did look into it, and it does actually look pretty good.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah? That's the problem.
I mean, I might give it a play just to see how it plays out, because I
Play
did
number
have
one,
an-
because otherwise it will confuse you.
No,
I know,
well, yeah,
I do
well.
have
I
an
know it
extra-
confuses me.
Number 2 will confuse you anyway, okay? If you don't really follow the story so much, it'll confuse you
Yeah,
anyway.
you're going to get confused regardless.
I mean,
He's asleep for a long time. Just go
I
with
did
it.
have an ex-girlfriend who was quite into playing it, and she really liked it. Like, it was never something I was interested in playing, so I saw it as a Disney rip-off. But it looked all right. I just never got around to playing it myself. So I might give this one a fair go. I might rent it rather than buy it.
It's not that expensive.
Just if you get the second game, like trust me, you will not understand what the first maybe 2 hours of the game really is, but it does
Yeah.
make sense towards the end of the game. Just trust it. It's not like
Start with number one first.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like you know I hate those games where like the first bit's really confusing and it never gets explained. At least in this one, it does get explained.
What's to understand? You're fighting the darkness that's taken over the Disneyland.
Believe me,
That's-
it's
Yeah.
the
You
That's
kind
it.
of need to, the hour,
That's
you
the
won't
broad
be,
setting.
No. In the first hour, you won't actually be in the Disney world, so you kind of need to learn to follow it somehow. I mean, when they do the intro animation, that's very classic Squeenix. I'm being artsy animation intro, where they think they're explaining things, but they're actually not, and they use a song to do it. It's still pretty though.
I've got to ask: are you worried about Kingdom Hearts 3, considering what they've been doing with Final Fantasy recently?
No, they've got a good team on Kingdom Hearts. Nothing to do with Final Fantasy, seriously.
Now I'm wondering if this is faith or delusion, denial.
Shh. They're putting Star Wars in it, okay, guys? Yay!
Yeah, because Star Wars is fantastic, isn't it?
Oh God, shut up!
Can I just ruin Star Wars in one little word?
No.
What?
Midichlorians.
Think about the keyblade and the door to a little heart. Kingdom Hearts, Tom.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Metachlorian.
I'm pretty sure you could say that word in any convention with geeks and nerds, and it will literally boil into a cauldron of hatred and loathing.
See, okay.
I saw a screenshot of an idea with Sora running alongside Wolverine.
Ooh,
Marvel.
Yeah.
So that'd be an idea, but it is.
What
really
about an
pretty,
Iron
right?
Man Keyblade?
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be
Okay.
awesome.
I never really understood why everyone got so ragey about metachlorians.
Because
It changes the genre of
It
the
changes everything without answering anything.
yeah,
Because originally they just said it starts off with the Force exists. It's just this energy
Really,
that
so
surrounds
really,
life.
so,
It's
okay,
part of
okay.
life.
No. So, okay, shit. Force just happens makes more sense than metachlorians being a reason as to why this happens.
It
Yeah.
doesn't even
Shit
answer.
just
They just say
happens.
midichlorians
But
are a conduit.
they try to answer it with no, which something that didn't make any as much sense as it just doesn't exist. You know, it just doesn't exist.
It really changes.
From what I
the
It was
genre
easier
from-
to have left it have been, and just continued.
And it was even just shoehorned in, wasn't it? It was just a means of predicting destiny, which wasn't even needed. I mean, that was the reason why we loved Luke Skywalker so much, because he was the everyman, wasn't he?
yeah.
He was just the average schmo who just had something that made him just a little bit special.
Whereas Anakin,
Was-
he was
he was
the chosen
destined-
one, and he was he was Jesus. He was space Jesus.
He was space Jesus.
Jesus. And he will fight Krogan Jesus one day.
No, he's going to team up with Krogan Jesus to fight the space Nazi, Tony.
You can't eat milkshake.
Can you drink milkshakes, Tony?
Oh,
We
see,
didn't establish this.
not when I'm in space. I can't. Just. There's really confused listeners right now going, "What the fuck is this podcast on about?"
Although
If
that's
you've seen some of our playthroughs or heard some of our podcasts, we talk about how Nazis don't drink milkshakes, and this is a proven fact.
yeah.
Ask anyone.
Chris
Well,
knows.
well,
Has
That's
anyone seen a
traitor
picture
that's
of Hitler
cool.
drinking a milkshake? I don't think so.
Were you trying to say that, Chris?
That new trailer looks kind of cool though.
Well, for the Nazis don't drink milkshakes game, yeah, it's really good.
We have to make that game now.
Oh, guys, did you hear that? You know the stormtrooper revealed himself. He was Jason. Oh, I can never remember his surname.
Momoa.
No, not Jason Momoa.
That'd be one beastie fucking stormtrooper.
Yeah.
No, the kid from Attack the Block.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, something kicked off a few weeks ago. Some of the entitled nerds were raging that stormtroopers can't be black.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Fucking
Oh
idiots.
yeah,
Well, I think they must have run out of clothes at some point and just started, hiring the average Joe.
that's people being fucking idiots and not
Yeah.
actually understanding the universe.
I
That's
actually saw a tweet from someone saying, "Why is it a black guy? I thought clones were I thought they were clones of a white dude," which is bullshit.
The original
Anyway.
guy is like Mexican or something.
No, he's New Zealand.
Well, same. Well, no, okay.
I was about to say, be careful there, Hayley. Be careful.
no,
New
but
Zealand, no.
No,
You're
but-
often mistaken as for Indians, actually, because I have a old colleague who was New Zealand-ish and had to get out his passport one time to prove that he was not Indian.
Really? What?
Really?
Yes, to a customer who was Indian. So he said, "I want to talk to that guy. He is Indian." No, he's not. He's from New Zealand.
Oh, he Indian.
No, he Indian. He Indian. Come. No, he's from New Zealand. So that my poor colleague had to go and get his passport to prove to the guy that he's from New Zealand, not India.
yeah.
So
Oh,
No, it's just the fact you've got this entire. Why does it matter if a stormtrooper's
Well, look at it this way: they're thinking of the new,
the prequels actually mattering?
the prequels, rather than looking at the originals, which are the more technically up to the more recent ones, which is a really twisted way of saying it because they're basically in the sequence. 4, 5, 6 are going to be close to number 7, which is the film that they're filming now. In 4, 5, 6, they would not have all got the same guy to be all the clones. They'll all be different people.
Well, yeah, because
logic, people.
Luke actually said, "I'm going to run away and join the stormtroopers" at some point.
There you go. See, so logic. Anyway,
No, actually, what he says, Tom, he doesn't know. What he says, he's going to go away and join the rebels to fight the Empire.
Yeah.
But I will explain this right fucking now. The clones ran out about halfway through the Empire conquering the fucking galaxy, so they started conscripting people. That's why he's black. They're conscripts. That's why stormtroopers are different sizes in the older films. That's how they explain it away, because they're actually people. They're not clones of the same dude. They ran out of clones after they murdered all the fucking Jedis.
That's just common sense, really.
Yeah. Oh, and also, to anyone who's listening, if anyone's saying the utterly fucking idiotic thing about, oh, this new lightsaber design is fucking stupid, he'll cut himself on the hill, you're a fucking idiot, okay? You are actually fucking stupid. There are hundreds of different Force users who would theoretically have different cultures and different upbringings, so would have a different design of lightsaber. And anyone who would design their own lightsaber, which Jedi and Dark Force users alike are quoted as creating their own lightsabers because Yoda and Luke Skywalker do it in the original films, which are more accepted as canon than the prequels. These things are built by the person wielding them. You'd think the person wielding it would have the forethought and training to use this to their advantage and not cut themselves up with their own fucking lightsaber. And plus, also add a new dimension to lightsaber battling, because what always bothered me, lightsabers have no hilt. How do you defeat someone with a lightsaber? You block, slide down, cut their arm off.
Yeah.
Job done, you win.
Whereas now you can't do that.
Yeah,
Can I
no,
say,
you can't do that. You block it, which would throw off your opponent, because anyone wielding a lightsaber would be used to a straight-up blade.
No, you can't say Tom.
With nothing else. So they would just go, oh, shit, he now has a hilt. Now the fight do I do? It's like, oh, block, I catch you in the hilt, I twist it, I cut your head off, I win.
There is a slight flaw with that, because I've seen the design. My little brother raised a valid point. If you bring it down on the crossguard, you're going to be pushing the crossguard towards the gent's hand, aren't you?
The laser.
Yes.
Yeah,
But it's not bendable. That's the idea with these.
No. Say you're holding it in both hands. You've got the crossguards just above your hand, right?
Yeah.
If someone pushes down, they force the crossguard into your hand. So you burn your hand.
Like
It's
you
like off a
hold
finger or
on
two.
to it, Well, you're not exactly going to be holding onto it lightly, are you? You'd hold it in a two-handed grip. Plus,
It doesn't
the thing
matter.
is
It doesn't
actually
matter about
considerably
how
longer.
hard you hold onto it. The point is, it's going to the momentum of slashing a blade down is going to move the blade, isn't it? The guards, the hilt, whatever.
Not necessarily. Not with these ones.
No, because these things have...
Anyway,
I think we're looking way too much into like 5 seconds of
okay.
trailer.
Say it doesn't cut into his hands. The way the blade is, the crossguard is just at such a point where you can literally flip up the opponent would flip up their blade and cut the lightsaber hilt off. So render the lightsaber useless.
How? When
Okay,
you catch it in the crossguard? You catch it in the crossguard, the person with the crossguard has the advantage.
Not unless you actually move the blade from the crossguard into the hilt of the lightsaber, because the blade is a little bit below the main blade itself, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
You know what might end up happening is that he ends up dying that way, and this whole conversation is for moot. I think we should
We're talking about something non-existent.
Yeah.
a lightsaber keyblade. Yay.
Yeah.
Why don't we bring
Okay, I'm
back
going to back
Darth
away. We'll talk about
Maul?
this after the podcast there, Chris.
Darth Maul was a badass. Let's just bring him back. Let's just all agree on that. Darth Maul would have murdered Obi-Wan Kenobi. if
Double-edged
Obi-Wan hadn't gone to the
lightsaber.
dark side.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Obi-Wan Kenobi went dark side for that battle. He did. He gave in to the anger. That's how he won.
He gave into the
He was
hate.
a badass anyway. He was in Train Spotting.
Train spy. I'm not quite sure how that links to Star Wars, but okay.
There's got to be some sort of
Hey,
crossover.
it makes more sense than midichlorians.
I tried to read the book. It didn't make any sense to me.
Well,
It was like
theoretically, there'll
Scottish-
be Trains on Coruscant. Yeah, I suppose that works.
Can you imagine
That's
Train
okay, it's
Spotting,
just-
the Star Wars version?
I just wish we could just get rid of the prequel trilogy and just rewrite everything and just start again.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things on there that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Although there are scenes that do have to be kept from the prequels, like, "Hey, Master, you want to buy some death sticks?"
Okay, we got to redo that scene because that scene was fantastic. You don't want to sell me death sticks. I don't want to sell you death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
I love that scene. That was fantastic.
That made me laugh because it was completely out of nowhere. It's just like, yeah, that's Obi-Wan.
Oh. So where were we?
Over.
I think it's Tony's turn.
Is it?
Yeah.
Unless
Oh.
Haley had anything else to add about Kingdom Hearts.
No, just Kingdom Hearts 2.5. Brilliant facial animation, great new design, great new games, and everything's great.
And
And there's a new bit of story to do with, in link with Birth by Sleep. Which I will need to explore a bit more and then just throw in Tony's face.
Just sigh heavily now.
And I think I'll probably go play it after this podcast.
Yeah, you do that.
Just wait. Here comes the satisfied sigh.
Okay, right. I shall.
Leading on for some goodness.
Yeah. So I've picked out a good, a bad, and a funny one. And a funny one is I always look back on and I smile. But I'll start with my list anyway. So my good one. This is ages ago. I don't know. This is before really I started playing like frequently with you guys. But you do remember the game Homefront?
Yes.
Right, FPS game. I think it was really like underrated. I got to a point in that game where I became essentially God.
Yeah.
Like I got really, really good at it. So I decided what I'm going to do is that there's an achievement for like doing all the challenges in the multiplayer, and like it takes ages to do it. But I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And one of the things to do on it is that there's, in Call of Duty, as you guys have played it and seen it, if you shoot someone with a sniper rifle, on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 at the very least, like, there's one that's like a semi-automatic sniper rifle, it's like bang, 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 it's one hit kill whatever you hit, yeah? So it's like, you hit in the region or something, you're going to hit it, right? There's a challenge for a sniper rifle in Homefront to get 10 kills without dying, and the sniper rifle is the worst gun in any FPS I've ever used.
Oh, jeez.
So, let me explain how bad it is. First of all, it's got a night vision on it, which you think is actually, that's okay. It's a little bit
Not
more...
during the day.
Yeah, it gets a bit pissy, right? If you hit anywhere apart from directly, and I mean it has to be directly, like if you hit their like mouth and downwards, it won't be a kill. Anywhere apart from like the dome of their head, you need to hit them again.
Oh.
Which isn't an issue if it's a semi-automatic gun, but it isn't a semi-automatic gun. You have to reload it. It's a bot action, and the bot action takes about 3 seconds. So by the time you've done that, the guy's obviously got up and moved, because anyone would realise they're getting shot. And then obviously you've got to try and catch him again before he gets into cover. It is like impossible. It's like a really shit sniper rifle, and no one in their right mind would use it, because there's another sniper rifle that's brilliant, in that game. So you can just do whatever you want to with it. So I had to get 10 kills with this sniper rifle without dying, which in Homefront, when you've got helicopters and fucking tanks flying across the battlefield, is a lot harder than you would think.
Tanks flying across the battlefield.
I would love to see that.
Literally.
Well, there's like a map. The map I actually managed to get this on is like a massive hill, and people would literally just like use it as a ramp. It's like...
I've just got the 18
A-team.
themes
Yeah.
playing in the back of my head now.
So, I must have spent months trying to get it, right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it. It was too hard, right? The gun was so bad, and even though I was really good at the game and I got ridiculous KDs and everything.
Yeah.
There was like 1 or 2 times I got to 8, but then someone would always find me, and because it's a sniper rifle, I'm not going to beat someone. Come on, a sniper rifle that won't kill them in one hit, and it takes 3 seconds to reload. If anyone's anywhere remotely close to me, I'm dead. There's just no going around it. I got to like 8 a few times, and like they were really frustrating. But I always knew when I got to 8, I was never really going to get there. Like I was getting sussed out. So there's one time on this map, I'd managed to get 9 kills in a row, and I realised that no one had twigged on that I was on a streak. So I was like, okay, set up. But the problem is, I realised that the timer was ticking down, and I realised I was never going to get a better time, because like No one realised where I was. I was like in a really abstract part of the map, and I was like, if I don't get this now, I'm gonna lose it, and I will lose it. I will go mental.
Yeah.
So I fired, and literally like it's on like 10 seconds. So it's like beep, beep, beep. Fired, hit someone, but they got into cover. So I'm like 3 seconds reload. I'm like, come on, fired. Missed the other person. 3 seconds, and it's going down. Right, got down to 4 seconds, and this guy is like running across the map trying to, I think like get away from someone. I've literally gone around like swung, and I'm really bad at doing this because I'm not that great with sniper rifles in these games. I've swung and literally just fired out of pure luck in the head, 10 kill streak, and I literally, like, Stacey got a bit scared because I literally threw the controller down. I didn't even care that the game was over. I knew that we had lost. I was just like, I fucking did it, and then I went a bit like, I don't know why, but like my carnal rage just came through. I started like beating my own chest like a gorilla.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm really laid back. I don't really care that much. But I was like, fucking yeah, yeah. I was like,
tried for so long and you finally succeed.
Do you know the funny thing? That was so much of a victory for me. I didn't even need to go and get the achievement. I was like, I don't even have to play this anymore. I've done what I set out to do to get 10 kills with this fucking sniper rifle. So to this day, I don't have the achievement, even though I had the hardest thing to get that achievement.
Drops controller, walks out of room.
Yeah, I was just like, and like, my wife remembers to this day me just like suddenly she was like, maybe she might have been doing something on the laptop or something, and suddenly out of nowhere, and it's me like shaking, but she doesn't notice me, and suddenly I just get up and I go mental.
Primal rage!
So I managed to get it.
I'm going to eat a steak now in victory, and I'm not even going to bother cooking it.
Yeah.
Since when you
How bad you are.
I won't even need to cut it up. I'll just,
Just the heat of my satisfaction will cook it.
Yeah. But like, it's one of those moments when I'm playing, and it's a recent one, I don't get this very often, when you're playing a game and your hands are shaking because time is running out and I'm like sweating buckets. I'm like, I've got to get this, otherwise to be honest, looking back at it now, if I had missed that chance, I probably wouldn't have played the game again, and I would have missed out on that. But it's just like, because it's so hard to do. It was like one of the hardest things I've ever done. So that was like my really good moment. I'd always remember that because, like, the whole reason for me getting that kill, that kill streak, was to get the achievement. But the victory of just getting that kill streak, I was like, I don't even need the achievement.
It was worth more than the achievement itself.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the achievement. He will. The achievement is his already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's an eternal achievement.
Yeah, so that was awesome. And I miss Homefront, but they're bringing out Homefront Human Revolution soon.
Homefront is where the Koreans came in and kicked America's ass.
Yeah. So, but that game was like, the campaign in that game sucks, but the multiplayer is just so juicy. I love the multiplayer.
I can see where they'll bring that in again.
Yeah, well, the cool thing now is that they're doing a thing where it's like, they're doing like survival FPS for Homefront Human Revolution, where you have to like pick up stuff, get back to your base, because like you're basically under Korean occupation. So like you like going through San Francisco, but like all guerrilla warfare and shit. So I'm like, oh, that's gonna be really cool.
I would love to play that game with you guys. I hope it's a co-op story.
I hope so.
We have.
It would be fun.
It would be fun.
Here is my bad part, which kind of goes to a good bit. You guys know I've been playing NBA, and I know you guys don't like sports, so I'm going to amp this up for you, okay?
Yeah.
So, I'm playing NBA. I'm on my rookie year, okay? So, I don't really know how to play the game. My character's really bad. But I'm playing for the New York Knicks, and the New York Knicks suck. They're really shit, alright? However, through dumb luck, I managed to get the New York Knicks to the finals of the NBA, which hasn't been done in like 30 years or whatever. I can't remember. I don't know the stats, but it's not been done in ages. And the game has a real big way of beefing up for you. You know, it's like, this guy is leading his team, and it's the NBA finals, like legendary status. There'll be heroes among their people. Like, the game really does a really good job of like building up to you.
Yeah.
So it comes to a point where I'm really go on.
No, it's hype.
Yeah, hype. Yeah,
I have the hype.
Yeah. And it's all basketball as well, so you're like talking smack after every match and shit like that. But I really felt, and I haven't felt like this in a while, but I really felt that I was leading like my team into battle against like a far superior team.
Mass Effect soundtrack playing in the background as you're having your interview.
Yeah, and the very idea of like this rookie, only just got into the NBA, but just managed to claw and scratch his team into the finals just by dumb luck. And so we were going against the Golden State Warriors, which I'll just explain to you guys are fucking amazing. They've got like a guy on their team that can score a bucket from nowhere. Like, he just, there you go. That's
so
a three.
Literally out of the stadium somewhere, a basketball comes out and goes into the net.
Flies straight in, and he's like, oh my god.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, I was like, we're completely mismatched. Even if we lose, I'll be happy because we got to this point. Well, I thought that, but it ended up becoming like to a point where I managed to get to 3 games to 2.
Yeah.
So you got to win 4 games, to win the championship against the same team. So you're going against them. I ended up going against them 7 times, but we got the lead, right? And Stacey's there, and I'm playing it in the middle of the day, and a lot of my moments actually happen with my wife around because it's more along the lines her reaction to what's going on, which makes it that much better. Which I guess Tom knows as well, and Haley knows as well.
I know.
So I played the game of my life, guys, in this game, and I am scoring buckets left, right, and centre. I'm blocking shots. I've dominated the game like I've never dominated a game. I've forced the issue. I'm going to win this championship for New York. I'm going to become a hero to my people, right? And I'm going to be the first rookie to lead a team into winning the championship. And I was really feeling amped up to it. And I promised it in press conferences, I said I'm going to bring the title home to New York. I am the man who will win this. It gets to the point where I've played excellently, but we are 2 points ahead, right? Leading into the last shot, they've got 3 seconds, okay? And I'm like, we've got this. All we need to do is just hold them back, right? And
Hold the line.
Hold the line. Just don't let them. Don't let them like. They could take a shot if they want, but just keep them back, right? Because if they're too far back, they'll never hit it. They'll never hit it.
Suddenly, out of nowhere,
games.
You can kind of see where this is going.
Something out of nowhere. No one at basketball comes from out of the stadium. To the net.
Is that right?
I'll explain. Essentially,
Don't jump ahead, Tom.
Essentially,
I'm listening to the story.
I'm like, okay, right? I've played the game of my skin, and I want to win the title. If we stop him here, then we've won the title. We've won the championship. And like I said, the game's got a great way. Like the fans are going mental because it's their home crowd.
Yeah.
So like the fans are going mental. They really want us, to win. And I was like, come on. So I was like, fuck it. And I was like, I don't care what happens. I'm going to mark the guy, right? It's going to be down to me. I'm going to make sure he can't take that shot. So the ball gets played in. 1 second, and I'm right up in that guy's grill. I'm like, you are not getting this shot off. Another second passes. I've got my arms up ready to do it. The guy's leaning back. He takes a shot, and I'm not joking, guys. He is on the halfway line, right? Yeah. I'm like, I've got it. There's no way he's going to make this shot. Slink. 3 points. My character literally drops to his knees in sadness, and the other guy's like fucking going ballistic with all the crowd stunned. Yeah. And I'm like, I literally like, the moment's pretty epic, but I actually just like, for the first time in ages, I literally threw my controller across the couch. I was like, fuck this. Fuck that. There's no way you could have made that shot. So she's like, oh, but you still got another game, you can still win. I'm like, fuck this, man. No, I don't even want to talk to this fool right now. And I started getting all a bit gangster and all that shit, And I was just like, I couldn't even look at the screen. I couldn't look at the screen as my guy's like, he's got his, he's like down on his knees. He's like dumbfounded. It was just right there.
This image of you just popping into the game world and just laying into him. You have failed yourself as a basketball player, and you have failed yourself as a man.
It would have been quite funny if your wife had just turned to you and gone, "Oh, too bad."
Yeah, that would have been like the worst. That would have been like the worst thing to say to me. I would have freaked. I really would. But yeah, I was just like, as my guy fell to his knees, I felt like doing the same and being like, "Why? I did everything. I played the best game I could."
Basketball gods, why have you forsaken me?
Yeah. So. But it was a good end of the story. I won the championship the game after, but I had to do that the day afterwards because I just couldn't even look at the game. I was like, if I play it right now, I'm going to be fearful of that guy, and I'm not even going to want to touch him. So I'm just like, I'll leave it to tomorrow.
Tony, this is how I see you. Do you know what? I just can't even look at you right now.
Yeah.
Just take your face and get out of here. I will deal with this shit tomorrow.
Face the fucking wall.
I remember I didn't even look at the screen.
Over you.
I literally flung my controller with one hand in disgust onto the couch, and I walked up and walked out of the room. I was just like, fuck this. I don't even want to look at it. Because I could hear them celebrating. I could hear them on the TV celebrating that they had won the game. I was like, I don't even want to look. Fucking hell, fuck this.
Everyone shut up. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm just out. So yeah, that's my bad moment, and like I remember that because just the utter like jaw hit the floor. I was like, no, he couldn't have made it. I was celebrating as the ball was in the air, and I was like, oh, fuck this. But still, there we are. Here's my funny one. This ends out the show, right? And this is funny enough about Call of Duty.
Sounds fishy to me.
Now this is quite funny, right?
Nobody got that? Jesus!
Yeah, we got it.
COD, yeah.
Fish.
So there was a part in it when I was playing Modern Warfare 2, which I still think is a great game, by the way. It's the ones that come after it I wasn't happy with. Would you guys agree with that? Modern Warfare 2 was probably the last really great one that they ever did.
I like Modern Warfare
I would
3.
agree.
I thought 3 was okay. I just thought the problem with 3 is that you could get a UAV with just 2 kills.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I never played multiplayer. It was all about the
Hey,
campaign for me, and
that's
it kind of
what
lost me
saved
in the campaign.
Call of Duty. The support package is what saved me in Call of Duty because I could never get fucking kill streaks longer than like 4.
Funny enough, talking about kill streaks, you obviously know about the atomic bomb, right?
Never once got one.
I managed to get a few.
Yeah.
And then this story is about one of them, and it's not so much me getting it. I was playing with one of my friend's brothers, right? And he was, he was quite a few years younger than me. Not like 10-year-old. He was like 15, 16, right? So he'd obviously heard from his brother how, my mate Tony's great at Call of Duty, you should play with him. He came on once, and like the guy started idolizing me. Like, I mean, really, he was like, "Oh my god, I've heard how good you are." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not that good. I just play the game every now and then." And I'm like, I'm not that great. You'll see, I'll probably die as much as anyone else. I was trying to really play down, but he kept going on at me. He was like, "No, I've heard you are godlike. I heard you are the man. That you can get anything you
the
can."
ground you walk on.
Yeah, like he was really good. I was really taken aback. I was like, "Well, I'm glad you think that way." But honestly, I was feeling to myself like, this guy thinks I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to play a really shit game. He's going to be like, "You're fucking shit. What was I thinking of? You're bad." And start like hitting me as bad as he was before.
It's true what they say. Never meet your heroes.
So the game progresses. I have a really good game to the point that I get a nuclear bomb within 3 minutes.
Nice.
The problem is this guy has got me on the headset. And he's freaking out. He's going, "Oh my god, I knew you were this good. I know you're amazing. You got no." And he's like, I'm like, "Calm down. Like, don't have to worry so much about it." He was like, "Oh my god, I was telling my friend how good you are, and he's watching me too." And I was like, oh my god, don't put them on." I was like, and it was one of those moments that I felt ashamed to get like really good at a game because I just like I wanted to, and like I can't sell it properly, but I mean it was like. It was as if I was sold to him as the best Call of Duty player, and I'm trying to play it down, and then I get you get an atomic bomb.
Oh no, I'm not that great. He's won everything.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna hear the end of this. So I look back at it, and it was really funny because like I was trying to play him down so much, and then there came a point I was like, I'm gonna get a nuke. I know it's gonna happen. I was like, do I just dive like in front of some bullets just so I can save myself here? I'll have a great KD, but you won't freak out. But just the reaction of it was great. So, but yeah, I thought it was quite funny that 2 of my moments that pop out to me are actually FPS games, which I very rarely play nowadays. So
yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. So if I end up getting extremely sad. Oh, by the way, talking about the NBA, I'm going into the playoffs again very soon for the second year. So if we do a podcast the next couple of days and I'm like depressed, you know what's happened.
Yeah.
A last minute 3 has ended.
I just realised something, guys.
Go on.
It's Monday.
What? Yeah.
Yes.
Don't Starve Together's come out.
Ah!
I forgot about that.
Good.
So yeah, that's
Well, guess what we're doing?
yeah, that's one of Piggy's top gaming moments.
Sorry. I literally just realised that, and I had to interrupt you.
Well,
Anyway,
I was finished.
anyway.
I was finished anyway. So
Yeah. Oh,
Is there any chance
that's
you
okay.
could almost log your games for NBA? Because I always want to see it.
I'd probably record a game and show you kind of what it's like, especially on the finals games. I'm pretty sure I'll make the finals this year. I'm much better, but whether or not I'll win again is completely different. But
I hope to God we have another moment like that.
But you won't even get like a response. I'll just like fucking cancel the video. Fuck this! I don't even want to look at it right now.
Christmas is cancelled.
Yeah. But yeah, NBA. I know I've said it before. NBA is so much better than FIFA, and like it's not about the sport. It's about the way that the game is made. I love NBA.
FIFA is a waste of money cash cow that's just designed to suck you of your money every single year.
NBA is heart. NBA has style, man.
Yeah.
I prefer Dynasty Warriors.
Which
You
you
get to
got to-
kill people in
Which
that.
you're going to review next week, aren't you?
Wait, what? Not already done number 8.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Do you not remember that?
Dude,
we got history
ah!
lessons. Do you remember that? We got history lessons.
Oh, right, yeah, that explains the complete mind block of what happened. What?
Well, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Anyway, all good.
Hey,
Let's,
just give me this look right now.
is there anything else you guys want to wrap up over? We've got to wrap up anyway, but anything else you want to leave up on?
If you don't hear from me next week, assume I'm dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't hear from me
That's
next
me.
week,
Really?
I've lost an NBA. That's
So we can go, Tony, did you not score enough touchdowns in your ball game? Did you miss the home run?
Many home runs missed.
Go local sports team, go!
Yeah. Well, you guys are all New York Knicks fans now, just saying that, okay? Until I trade to another team, maybe, because, I'm too superstar, maybe, for that team. I'd say.
Too superstar for that team.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone heard it. You're fine.
What?
What?
The glory of podcasts, I can go back and listen to that.
Yeah.
I've recorded it.
Alright.
Later then.
Edit it in and make it louder. That's it. Just that little section. The power of editing.
Just like really abusively loud, so no one can even hear it. It's just like loads of static.
Just
Oh, dear.
And that's a great note to finish the podcast on. Thank you guys for listening to this week's podcast. Very interesting gaming experiences, themed episodes. We'll be back next week, and we'll probably come on guys, we have to do a Christmas themed one. It'll be Christmas time, right?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah. Let's just find a really bad Christmas game.
All I can think of a Christmas is the band because but let's not start this because we're going.
Yeah,
we'll go
let's
there. So thank you guys for listening to the podcast. If you did enjoy it, then please subscribe to the channel, and also if you'd like to support the channel, then you can share it all over social media. You can also follow Chris's channel, and there'll be a link to that description, and possibly clicking on his beautiful face will illuminate the way to you.
Caress it.
Caress it. Just stroke it right now.
I'm doing it right now.
That got but apart from that, guys, we really do appreciate you guys' support, and we hope to catch you again in another episode next week.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, and also remember to subscribe to Chris's channel anyway, if you do like the podcast, because next week's episode might be up on there. You just never know.
Indeed.
That's part of the story. Alright guys, bye bye, we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.